Yeah, so man, I've been seeing a lot of comments about that billboard with Yo Gotti, and it hurts me to the core. Not because Yo Gotti's on the billboard, but because our reaction is so just, man, status quo, and it's not even being nuanced and trying to take advantage of any and every opportunity to do the one thing that I think is the focal point of Shelby County schools, to get people to graduate. I get both sides. Ben got it because this isn't the first time we've done this. I think we've all lived in Memphis long enough to have seen billboards that have had numerous faces on them that might not necessarily be quote-unquote professionals outside of entertainment and athletes, but athletics. But I mean, to not look at the fact that, man, this is about reach. If I'm investing in a billboard, I need to be able to reach people with someone that resonates with them, to get them to do the one goal, which is to graduate high school. And in terms of judging, yeah, Gotti raps about what he raps about, and I'm sure he has given more money to Shelby County schools than most, if not all, of the black professionals combined. Like, that's just a fact. I got to look at what he's giving back monetarily, what he's giving back in terms of shows and times. And if that resonates with kids to get them to graduate school, then fine. And in terms of professionals, I get that. I consider myself a professional, but it doesn't mean that I care about having the image of my genre of work shown over an artist, because I understand, man, I need as many assets in the quest of trying to get people to graduate school. And if it takes Penny Hardaway, a national, international name, Yo Gotti, a national, international name, to do so, then why not? They're good at their craft. You know, they obviously got a message that resonates in an entertainment form that most professionals listen to and play, as well as the fact that in terms of lifestyle choices, I mean, I've kicked it with enough professionals, both in this country and outside of this country, in multiple cities, to know that y'all show y'all behinds at a clip that I might as well put you on a billboard too and call you an artist, because y'all just, you know, it's the ego, man. The ego has you saying that we need to have more of these individuals, which is okay, but if you don't love being a lawyer or love being a doctor, which I'm assuming a lot of y'all out here don't, y'all just doing it to make some money and put yourself in a position to get paid, then what's the difference between having an artist that has excelled at their craft, or an athlete that has excelled at his post-athletic career, to be the face of what we want you to do just to graduate school? Because if you graduate school, we all know you're not going to necessarily pursue those disciplines. You're going to, if you graduate, the knowledge that you gain because you've gone through that path will send you in a direction that resonates with you from a skill set standpoint or professional standpoint, and you will automatically do that. And it's just the fact that, man, we can't have these same conversations as if it's a problem. It's not a problem. I mean, it makes sense why Shelby County schools did it. He reaches millions of people. What doctor or lawyer is going to be able to reach millions of people? I have an investment. I'm paying for that billboard. Most billboards, depending on the location, can run you anywhere from high hundreds to a few thousand a month. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to justify that return. If Gotti is the face, Gotti gives money back to the school. He gives back to the community. Yeah, he raps about what he raps about. He gave me an opportunity. I was selling bread to Privé. And because of business that I'm assuming came from a professional within his ranks, we had to dissolve the relationship because it just didn't work out. But that doesn't negate the fact he gave me an opportunity. That doesn't negate the fact that, matter of fact, I've gotten more opportunities from him than I have from quote unquote other professionals. It's not a knock against the professionals. It's just the fact that I'm not in that particular, that relationship doesn't exist. I mean, I'm sure professionals patronize my brand, but in terms of a business relationship, that happened. And then to not take what we can take from it and say, hey, guess what Gotti probably has around him? Attorneys, financial consultants, accountants, you know. He probably has a doctor he sees. He has a dentist he go see. You know what I'm saying? If you see his teeth ain't looking crazy. You know, that if you got money, you notice certain things about that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's like you can take advantage of what's there to ride the wave to get us to graduate school, to have a discussion as adults. And we know some of y'all professionals, man, come on, man. I ain't gonna put anybody business out there, but y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how y'all get down when the doors are closed and everything else. Y'all know how y'all get down in terms of how y'all treat your spouses and how you be partying, how you be doing your thing. Y'all know what time it is. You know, don't act like any of us are holier than thou. And God knows that some of the music he creates isn't conducive to benefiting our community overall. Probably not. But it's entertainment. And if we're grown enough to separate entertainment from reality, because we all love his music, I don't think a single person doesn't bump his music from adults to kids, then why don't we take advantage of having someone that can help us with getting the goal accomplished, which is getting kids to graduate? What you think? You think those kids that was in that mall, who they listening to? They listening to Dr. Lawyer more, or they listening to Gotti more? You know what I'm saying? Use what you can to get what we need to get in order to accomplish the goal. We got MLK 50 coming up, y'all. I don't have any interest or any desire to have a conversation that's about what's wrong with this image. Why did they choose to do this? That to me is disrespectful to progress to even engage in that debate. We need to be taking advantage of that. Like, all right, cool. Everybody can't rap. It is very painfully obvious. You go into a studio, and I've been in enough in them to know, and I've seen people that have albums out here to know, if you do not take any craft serious, whether you're a professional or an artist, you will not be successful at it. Okay? That's just period, point blank, man. I'm letting you know from someone that, and I know I have an ability to be able to do something in the studio as someone that loves their craft. That is not my profession, but you put me in a booth, I will excel at it, okay? And if you put me in something I do care about, I will excel at that as well, because it's not about what I do, it's about me committing myself to whatever I do. You know what I'm saying? And loving it to the fact that I want to be able to be just good at it, because I'm out here trying to give my best and my all every single time to everything I do. And if you graduate school, you're going to get that, you're going to have that same level of commitment in whatever you do. Half of y'all doctors and lawyers, y'all do not love what you do. Any professional, you do not love it. You're doing it for a paycheck, and it shows and it reflects in the results. That's bottom line. A lot of y'all love and care about it too. And there's nothing wrong with defending and wanting to see a diverse range of people on billboards. I get that. But the Shelby County schools function is to get kids to graduate, man. And in order to get people to graduate, you gotta what resonates with you, what's gonna make you want to go to school and listen to what the teacher has to say. And it's a funny thing, y'all acting like opportunities to become doctors and lawyers or be a professional or an accountant, it doesn't come with hurdles that if you don't have a stable foundation, it's going to be very difficult to overcome those hurdles, to overcome the oppressive side of a lack of having resources to be able to succeed in what you do, and the racism and all the other oppressive aspects and the systematic aspects of trying to keep someone from not being able to attain those things that exist to this day. And guess what? Rhythm and music, for some reason, is something we attach to. That's why if you ever sing your ABCs or you rap them, you're more inclined to remember them. And it might just be the fact that we don't necessarily embrace what we feel that we should embrace. Some of our youth don't embrace the same level of education. They don't embrace the way it's given to us. It doesn't work with us. But then it's okay for some professionals to label, oh, that child has ADD. This child has this child has that. And it happens to a lot of people that happen to be in the brown and black of hue and within our community. It just that's data that is out there, and then we forget all of that to have a baseless discussion about why there aren't any more doctors and lawyers on a billboard when we trying to get kids to graduate. Instead of taking, man, cool, Gotti up there, bet. All right, we're going to use him. All right, I can't tell you about rapping. I can't tell you about, doing all the stuff he talks about in his music. But what I can do, I can take his message and utilize it in what I talk to you about to get you to move ahead so we can get the ultimate goal accomplished, which is to graduate kids and make our city better and create a stronger community. But instead, we want to get on our ego trip and worry about, and it's a valid argument. I get what you're trying to say, but I got what people were trying to say when I was growing up, and I can't remember who was on the billboards at the time, but it's always been an entertainer, whether it's the Boys and Girls Club or an athlete or someone that can reach millions and millions of people. I'm sorry, the only doctor that I know that can reach millions and millions of people like that is Dr. Ben Carson, and I don't even know if he's going to resonate with kids what they're trying to reach with that message. And it's just unfair, man. It's like, why do you waste your time having an argument and discussion that is rooted in past discussions that might have made sense then, but we should know now because of time and progress that we've made and the obstacles that we face and the power of social media that, cool, man, if you're an athlete, I'm going to show you how I can take that message and transition it to where it can fit into what I feel like is an opportunity for you to pursue that gives you more opportunity to succeed. Everyone can't go to the NBA. Everyone can't be a rapper. Everyone can't be a singer. Everyone can't do this, that, and other, but you can pursue genres and art. And if art is the discipline that we utilize to make us interested in other disciplines, then why wouldn't you want to use that? Why is there a problem with it? And us as black people are having this debate, and it's defeating, it is not what we need to do to get the bottom line accomplished. Graduate, man. I don't care what you do after you graduate. That's another obstacle that we got to address once I get you to graduate. It's the same reason why I feel the NCAA should offer kids money, because now, yeah, that's what you're saying. You want more all kids to be athletes? No, because now I can tell a child in a school, look, if you go to college, you might be able to get money. But damn, okay, how do I go to college? Man, you got to go to class every day. You got to raise your hand. You got to pass your ACTs and SATs. Then I can go to college and get paid? It's a possibility. Then you go to college. Man, I ain't getting paid. I ain't even make the team. But yeah, guess what? You got a high school diploma. You're in a position to go to college. And now you're in a position to put yourself in any other field that you want to, which you probably going to do, because over time, you realize that I got to be able to provide for myself and my family. What can I do? And if you're not in a position with a skill set or an understanding how to attain that skill set through just having basic learning tools at your disposal, then you might not be in the best position to succeed. And then furthermore, which we really have to realize as people of color, that even the track that we're pursuing, the way we receive information and the way we give each other information might be totally off. There might be another level of learning that I truly believe that works with us and that we're attracted to that we don't even tap into. Because we're so accustomed to, conforming ourselves to this system so we can just achieve success and like, yes, we're here. Look at me. Yes, look at all this. Look, I'm here. Like it is not even about that. And so Memphis City Schools uses someone that has arrived at the pinnacle in their respective field, if you will. I know there are other artists that are a lot more successful, but nonetheless, man, Gotti has done a lot for Memphis City Schools, Shelby County school system, with his money and with his time, way more than an individual professional has. That's just the facts. Those are the numbers. Beyond that, you also have to look at the fact that most professionals collectively can't get you're not going to get the attention, and people not going to recognize you, and it's not worthy of a billboard advertisement. Like, look at business. If you have a billboard, it's for the purposes of attracting people to a location or to a brand that you will remember. It's etched in your brain, and sorry, I mean, Dr. Bowden, he's about the most popular doctor in this city that has a presence on a marketing standpoint, and I guarantee you the kids wouldn't be able to resonate with him. And furthermore, if you know what it takes to become a doctor or lawyer, and then you also know the limitations with the resources and the opportunity to be around those fields, if it's not as abundant as it needs to be, then that's on us as professionals to make sure that platform exists. We're not doing a good enough job raising that money to offset the lack of books, and we're not doing that. We're not doing it. If a multimillionaire is in a position to give something back, and they do it, and we same with Penny, what he's doing, like, these people are actually giving their time, effort, and energy back, and they also are popular enough to get kids to listen to them. Care how many times I talk to a group of students, my message won't resonate more than it would if Gotti was in there. And it's just about graduating, man, by getting people to graduate high school. And no disrespect to anyone that wants to see other professionals and other disciplines on those billboards. I get it. I totally get it. But that's just like, it's a defeating argument at this point. We know why we want to see it. We get that message. Take advantage of what we have to get the ball rolling, man. We got MLK 50 going. If our generation wants to remain stagnant, then we're going to bear the responsibility of what stagnation it will happen to the next generation, the results of stagnation on the next generation. That is our responsibility. We cannot be stagnant. Doesn't mean we're going to get as far as we need to, but stagnation, hell no. It is unacceptable. It is unprofessional. And to sit up here and treat it as if it is not a serious issue that we have to address amongst ourselves as people that are calling ourselves conscious and understanding and trying to really invoke change, then we need to respect what stagnation can do to our community. And this conversation, worrying about why God is on a billboard, is stagnation in its purest form. He's up there. Let's have a conversation, because he got lawyers, doctors, and accountants. He got all that in this clique. I guarantee that. You don't get successful and have that kind of money and don't have that kind of reach and don't have those people around you, because that's how you maintain that level of success. Okay? Don't get caught up in what we see. That's tripping. That's us being less than great. We acting like we some old, we got egos and our feelings are hurt, man. Whatever. Get over that. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of it. If Penny and him, and hopefully I can drive around and see some more people. And it's kind of funny. I saw Penny. I was just riding down Mississippi. Penny's face was in Mississippi. Who's walking up and down Mississippi Street going to Booker T. Washington? Come on, man. Understand what's happening. And who's the person that is in these schools helping these kids out, has a name and has a popularity in his apparel, in his shoes, that resonates with kids. And he can tell you, man, go to school. How'd you get all that penny, man? I graduated high school first. And that is exactly what Shelby County Schools' function is, to get them to graduate. It is up to us to determine whether or not they want to go down whatever path they want to go down, which also Shelby County Schools helps with it as well. But just because our faces aren't recognized, we should never be upset about that. That is irresponsible of us to do that and to make a debate and an argument about it instead of totally be unified behind the fact that, yep, we know why we necessarily want to see it, but guess what? We taking advantage of every asset. Someone put however many thousands of dollars into that billboard. Thank you. That's some money we didn't have to put towards getting a message out to get kids to go to school. Now let's build upon that and get kids to graduate so we can avoid those wolf chase situations, so we can avoid all these other situations that we claim like something's wrong with the youth. There's no leadership, man. Who cares there's no leadership? We leaders, man, because that's the greatest we possess inside. But we got to have a conversation about our greatness, which can only come after we get beyond the whole bullshit ass argument about who's on a billboard. Like, we got to have that conversation, but I can't get you to that point until you recognize, man, I don't care if you rap, I don't care if you a doctor or a lawyer, an accountant, I don't care if you just make toothpicks all day. That has zero to do with your greatness. And in order for us to get up out of our situation, to overcome years of oppression, to overcome years of self-doubt, self-hate, to overcome all those years, that's what we got to do. And now my phone ringing. Why? And there goes my guy. Okay, but anyway, look. Like I said, man, support the billboard, support the people, and support what's going on. Because y'all ain't right for that, man. Y'all really not. I love all y'all, but that ain't cool. In a minute. And I just got out the phone with the brother that's over the whole campaign. He just saw this and he saw me. They got over 30 billboards around the city. They gonna have all types of people up. And it shows you that, number one, it was presumptuous to even judge one billboard not knowing the aspect of the full campaign. And that's very fair. And number two, it's more than just artists and entertainers. It's other individuals that are recognizable that are not even have the level of fame that the people that are up there now that you see. So over 30 billboards, it's a campaign that he's running, and he's going to be in this Pepper, Artemis Williams, Gotti's manager or former manager. I don't know the relationship now, but I know they have been involved with each other for years. That's his campaign. He said, tune in to 88.5 and K97 on Monday. He will explain the full layout of the campaign. He's going to tell everybody about it. And that's what I'm saying. I didn't even know he was over it. I didn't even know he was going to call, but it's the fact that shows you, man, it's bigger than just who, like, don't get caught up in that, man. No, this a bigger goal. And he's been working with Memphis City Schools, Shelby County Schools directly with the summer series, the summer youth series and the programs, man. People are giving back. And if they can do it and utilize their platform to reach more people, then if we feel that we should also be a face in influencing, then take advantage of those relationships. Take advantage of those people putting their time, effort, and energy into creating a platform where we all can lift each other up and get this thing done, man. But to have a debate and we up on MLK 50 and we acting like we not finna look at 50 years of basic, not stagnation because there's been progress, but 50 years of not taking care of our business, that ain't right, man. And thank you, Pepper, for doing that and really bringing this debate to the forefront, but more importantly, man, just getting the job done and helping kids graduate school, man, in a way that can reach way more people than anything I could do, and in my opinion, any other professional can do. We don't have the reach, we don't have the resources, and hey, whatever it takes to get the job done, I'm with it. So hopefully y'all can get that, and we'll be good, and I'm out in a minute.